person.
Same.
And I think I speak for all of us here when I say the way you've handled this week, difficult questions, has been admirable. So
thank you very much. So
a couple more
try to
today,
continue.
First of all, how are the players? Because you've said already they can't be living in a bubble. They know.
No, they know. But we had a briefing. We had a briefing here after the game, day after the match, from Petter, who gave everybody here in the building, not only the players, a quick brief, and said that and explained the situation. Not too much what we did not already know. So we have to live in this situation. It does not make sense to worry too much because we don't have a lot of influence, not to say no influence at all. So that was the bottom line. We are allowed to focus on football and do the best to focus on football. Like I said, it was not only the team, it was the complete staff. And this is what we try to do anyway, to create an atmosphere where you feel safe once you enter the building, where you feel calm. And because we do this on a daily basis, this can help now to deal with the situation. Of course, there's uncertainty, and of course there will be like with all humans here, like almost 100 people in the building, 80 people in the building. Everybody will feel different about this. Some will feel scared, some will feel excited, some will feel, I don't know, sad. And I think everything is allowed for every individual, but we can allow ourselves, and we should allow ourselves to focus on what we love the most, and this is football, and to perform the best way possible. What makes me very positive is that we did twice in these circumstances, against Liverpool and against Luton Town. Very focused performances, very good performances. The organization was like always spot on, and this makes me very positive that we are able to compete tomorrow, because it's also what we demand of ourselves.
And this chain of communication, which you've spoken so warmly about, Petter and then Marina,
yeah,
is that still going on? How will you feel about the fact that Marina probably won't be here anymore?
Yes, okay, I will not comment on any speculation about that, but my communication with Petter and Marina was excellent from day one. Marina is ill at the moment, so otherwise she would have been here. There's no doubt that she would have briefed everybody. So I hope we can, it will. There's right now no doubt that this will continue for the next days, weeks, months, I don't know what time, and then I hope it stays on the same level, hopefully with the same person. If not, okay, we need to adapt. It seems that we have to adapt on a daily basis to new situations.
You signed up to work with the people you're working with now.
Yeah.
What about you going forward? Would you have any problems staying here?
No, I have the opposite of a problem staying here. I said many times that I love working in Premier League. I would love to be in England and feel the tradition and the love for sports in general and for football in particular. It's an amazing place to be. Chelsea is from my point of view, for me, a perfect fit. I love to be here. I love everything about the club. And hopefully it continues. There is now an uncertainty, but isn't it always as a football manager? So I'm used and trained to live with it on of course different levels, and this is quite a level. I have to be honest, but I'm positive and hope things will end well.
We're in March. The days are getting longer, the nights are getting shorter, the weather's getting a bit better, believe it or not. Summer on the mind. You will have obviously had targets and spending plans in place for the transfer window. That's the way the club operates. Is that now all on hold?
Yeah, but actually, to be very honest, there are no talks at the moment for summer. We're not going on, not with Marina, not with Petter. It's simply a bit too early. There are always like ideas and reflections on the subject. But the main focus was in the last weeks, even without all the noise on the different competitions, to be as successful as we can only be, and to bring out the best in our team, where we had some work to do and still have some work to do to constantly improve. But we're in a good place at the moment. I feel that the team again growing and getting better and better. And yeah, so no worries in this particular case until summer. It's still a long way to go.
Thank you.
Vaishali Pelkey.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
What's the state of your squad going into the match tomorrow? Have you got any fresh injuries, or how's the fitness of the players?
No fresh injuries. I still have to talk to the fitness coaches and the doctors after press conference. I think Aspi was not in training yesterday, so this will be a bit too close, unfortunately for him. Hakim was in training, seemed good, so hopefully he can come back. And Reece James did training yesterday, so no problems so far, no reactions after his 2 matches. It's good, and the guys who were not with us in Luton Town because of minor injuries like Trevor, like Thiago, were back in training yesterday and seemed fine and good to go.
And you said earlier on in the season that you wanted to see the full potential from Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who of course impressed against Luton.
Yeah.
Do you envision him fulfilling that potential, perhaps in a defensive role moving forward?
Well, it would not be the first time where like a situation like this is the foundation for somebody finding a new position in a squad. He did very well. I think in the middle of the back three. After a bit a shy start, he grew into the match and found his top performance on this day, which helped us a lot. Still, I think that when he did it in the last 20-25 minutes on the single number 6 position, I think this is his best position to have the most influence, because then he can impose his dribblings, his driving with the ball, and his physicality a bit higher up the pitch. But he did well. We were very open before the match. We told everybody that we will have players on maybe on some positions that they do not prefer, like Callum as a wing back and like Ruben, but we need them, and we need them right now. It's the moment to step up and not to be angry or too disappointed about like the last weeks. This was the moment to show true team spirit and give the very best on maybe an unfamiliar position, and they did, and that's why I was very happy about the way we won the game and how we played the game. I did not over expect in performance-wise and like a fancy game, but what we did was very good from the mental aspect, and it showed true character, and that's why I'm very happy about it.
George, 5 Live.
Hello Thomas. This is such big news. Are you sort of concerned it could derail your season in the way it can affect the players?
It can affect. We should not say this has no effect. It can affect, but I think we should be careful of like already giving an outlook on a general effect, because I think like we have 80 people in the building and very 80 different life situations, 80 different characters, and they will handle the situation differently. And I think that we have also the chance here in Cobham to give everybody the freedom to first of all like react to the situation how he wants and how it's good for him, to speak about it, to not speak about it, to be open, to not be open, to just go on, and in the end still influence everybody in a positive way, that it's okay to focus on sport. And we proved it already twice in the last 2 games. So right now there are not too many reasons why we should not be able to do it a 3rd time, and then a 4th time, and then a 5th time. Let's see what's going to happen, how the situation evolves and continues. But right now I'm positive that we can be competitive tomorrow.
It has got big ramifications going forward, though. I mean, if you look at, you've got a lot of players out of contract. You know, does that make them more likely to leave? How are they feeling this week with certain big players out of contract, because they don't know what the future is for Chelsea?
Yeah, of course, that's a situation, and maybe the bottom line is we cannot help it. It's what it is, and you never know. Maybe it has a positive effect on the negotiation. Maybe it has a negative effect. We we cannot predict, and I would like not to predict and not to start in predicting all scenarios, because we just lose focus on it. But of course, like I said, everybody has a different situation, feels different about it. Still, I hope for the best outcome. Still, I think we have something to offer. Still, I think Chelsea is a strong club and will stay a strong club. I mean, our owner decided to sell the club, but he sells a strong, solid, and a very well organized club on the highest level.
And whoever buys the club, then do you agree that they'll probably never be as successful as Roman Abramovich of what he's achieved?
We will see. We will see. Let's see. Let's speak in the next 20 years, and then we see. Whoever buys it is lucky to have it.
James Savundra, Talk Sport.
Thomas, how would you sum up what Chelsea have achieved since Roman Abramovich took over the club?
It's exceptional. I mean, it speaks for itself, and he was and he is a very, very passionate owner who cares actually about the team, about the club, about the performance, which is like personally, which is very rare and makes it very special.
What information and assurances was Petr Cech able to give the players and the staff in the briefing you had?
No insurances, but because how could he? How could anybody? We cannot predict the future. Nobody can. But maybe it was just more the bottom line that we can allow ourselves to keep on going and to do what we did over the last days. To focus on sports, and we are employees, and we are in right now still very privileged, and that was more or less the message.
And finally, for me, your first Premier League game in 2 weeks. What do you still think is possible for the club this season?
Actually, I had to it took me some minutes to find the answers to the last 2-3 Premier League matches. It's a very weird situation. I think we played 2 or 3 matches in the last 6-7 weeks in Premier League. So normally you have a feeling for the competition, and you have a feeling from where are we, and we are on a good run. So now we are on a good run of results, but you don't see it on the table, because we never got 3 points, because it was World Cup and Carabao Cup and then FA Cup. So. A bit strange, but still we are in a good place in the table, and we have to fight hard to stay where we are and to give our very best. It's a tough game coming. At Burnley, we think we know very well what's coming, and there will be no presence for us there. We want to dig in and accept the fight.
Thanks, Thomas.
Okay, now on to Zoom to end the broadcast section. 2 left for Jerry and Nick to finish. Jerry.
Morning, Thomas.
Hello.
Against Burnley at home, you struggled to break them down, and then they scored that goal in the break. Do you expect a similar game when they're at home? And is this the style of English football that you enjoy the variation? And they're obviously very different to a test to playing someone like Liverpool or Manchester City, aren't they?
Yeah, very different, and fair enough, because every team has its style, and they have huge success throughout the years. They're very consistent in what they are doing and how they are approaching their games. It's very physical. It's very direct. It's very direct up front. A lot of crosses, very dangerous in set pieces. That's why we think we know what's coming, and still we hold ourselves back and don't allow ourselves too much to predict, because who knows exactly what's coming. We have to find, in the end, it's to enable the players to find answers on the pitch, and not today in the meeting to prepare but in the end they need to find the solutions and need to be well prepared in a very wide range of opportunities. I think we played a very good match. We had a look into it. How we did it and how we created chances, and we created a lot. We struggled to score the second and third goal to decide the match, and were punished in the end with a very typical Burnley goal that we could not defend. So yeah, that was more or less the story. Performance-wise, I was very happy. Result-wise, we are looking for a better outcome tomorrow.
Okay, last question in the broadcast, Nick Pure.
Hi, Thomas. You said obviously that some of the guys had to dig in and perform for the team in difficult circumstances at Luton. So whenever you pick your 11 for the Burnley game, can you kind of say to them, look, the guys who had to play out of position and had to do difficult things at Luton, now you've almost got to repay them a little bit with what will obviously be a difficult game for the reasons you said, and can you just and also just on Mr. Roman Abramovich, how proud will you be as a group that you've completed the set of trophies for Chelsea Football Club, so that he, in his tenure, he has.
Yeah, we're very happy. We're very happy that we could give him this and win it for him. At least we closed this cycle for him and for his effort and his passion and commitment to the club. So yeah, was good timing on this matter. And well, the other one I don't know yet, but I don't think I will have this speech exactly, because I don't think that we owe each other. I think what we do is like that like when you feel us, like what's maybe more possible for me than for you, when you feel us on the bench and you feel the guys who played a lot before and you could so easily come into the thinking that the game against Liverpool was more important than the game against Luton Town. It's so easy to go down this road in your mindset, but then you feel like players at home who text you, hey, have a good match, and you feel that they are in touch and they're watching, and even before the match they're committed. You feel the guys on the bench who are not like sitting on the bench and say like, yeah, let's see if they can do it because I played. No, they're like involved and they're fighting and they're helping and they're coaching. And this is what it takes. So they will feel it very genuinely that they owe each other, because this is a team sport, and still they are also doing it for themselves. So there's also this to hold the balance between doing it for the team, but what is in there for me, and we should not be shy about it. They want to have something as well, and when they deliver like this, they fight for their place, and they fight for their place and their right to play the next match in Burnley, because we could rely on them, and this is what they do, and this is what they deserve, and still we want everybody to fight together, even like if they are like concurrents or if they maybe struggle in the moment to have the minutes they wish for. But we are in a good place. We got the spirit back, we got the quality back, we have the attitude right in the last matches, and it's we have players back from injury, so this is good. This is how it needs to be to reach our level of what we demand of ourselves.